Bonafide Hustler here. Today we're going to be looking at an item that I can't tell if it's real or fake. Did I get ripped off? Oh my gosh. And some other items. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris the Bonafide Hustler comes to you live from the inside of my garage. And today we're going to be looking at an item that I can't tell is real or fake. And so I need your help. We're also going to be looking at some other items that are insanely profitable that I picked up in the past 5 days. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Bonafide Hustler, because yesterday on the story I put this item, actually on a post I put this item, and it had like a 50-50 split on the comments of like who thought it was real and who thought it was fake. So we'll be deciding here in this video on that one item. But also, if you want to learn how to resell used items for profit, for money, for cash, then you should check out the first link down below, which is this free guide that'll teach you 50 items that you can buy used and resell. And these items you can find at thrift stores, garage sales, Facebook Marketplace, places like that. Before we get to the real or fake item, I want to show you a couple items. That way you can see what I'm looking for. Maybe you can replicate this in your hometown and make some money too. First item, a down puffer vest. You might be thinking, that's kind of stupid, down puffer vest, who cares? There are like a million of those things out there. And I somewhat agree with you. But there are some brands that you should definitely look out for. North Face, Patagonia, Arc'teryx, Howler Brothers, and this brand right here. Now, when you see this brand, and here it is, look at that. That is a Pendleton Duck Down, okay? Pendleton Duck Down vest in a great size. It's extra large. That's awesome. Usually a brand that's associated with like flannels or something like that, or those cool Aztec jackets or blankets, for example. So finding Pendleton in the racks for $8 out the door, just about, was unheard of. This thing was marked at $7.99. I had a 10% off kind of thing. And yeah, this was picked up yesterday from a Goodwill, sitting in the vest rack. It was a afternoon, so no special time, but afternoon on the weekends. It's a time of the day that usually not a lot of like new stuff gets put out on the floor, and plus it's the weekend, so like everyone's at the thrift stores. I was surprised to find this. It should resell for right around 90 to 100 bucks. Perfect condition. Look at that. Yeah, look out for this stuff. On an Instagram story yesterday, I showed myself picking this up right here, which are some vanilla carbon, all right, inline speed skates. This was found off a Facebook Marketplace ad, all right? I was just sitting on the couch, and I always go through Facebook Marketplace and Nextdoor ads to see if I can find some good underpriced things to flip, and I found these for 20 bucks. I was like, are you kidding me? 20 bucks for carbon inline skates that look like this? Like the picture was shot, and I got to see the condition off the picture, and it was like minty fresh, reflecty. It looked good. So I was all about it. Look at the wheels. This is just the stuff that dreams are made out of right here. I'm tempted to use them, but I could fall, bust my you-know-what, and then they'll be worth less. So they've been used one time. The guy fell a couple times, and he's like, it's not for me. So 20 bucks, Facebook Marketplace, should resell for about $120 to about $140. Look for stuff like this, carbon inline skates. Okay, so the last two items are about the same kind of genre, but here we're going to talk about the item that is real or fake, and I need your help. Let's take a look at this thing. So I know with the amount of people that watch my channel that there's going to be some experts out there, and so one of the primary reasons why I'm filming this video is to get a consensus of whether this thing is real and I should list it, or fake and not list it. Sitting in a Goodwill rack yesterday was this, all right? I'll show you the back collar. Now, if you are a clothing kind of person, or even down with the luggage portion of this company, you know that these stripes start screaming Gucci, all right? So this is something I found yesterday in the racks at a Goodwill. It's marked at 12 bucks. I paid right about that out the door. Extra large size, which with anything Euro based, I guess it's Italian based, yeah, Euro based, whatever. The sizing is always kind of wacky. When you deal with cycling jerseys, for example, like an extra large cycling jersey would fit like a medium type American here in the States. So this, while being extra large, and I mostly wear extra large, I put this thing on yesterday. And it was like that scene from Tommy Boy, like fat guy in a little coat. You know what I'm talking about? Like I could have split this thing if I wanted to, but I didn't do it. But I wanted to know if I could actually like pull it off, because in the event that it's fake, I might just keep it and like sport it around. But yeah, so we have embroidery, Gucci right here. We have the nice sleeves that have this on there. And we also have, I think it's the bee, right? Or a wasp or something like right there. The feel of this thing, what does it feel like? It feels incredibly high quality, all right? So I spend a lot of time touching clothing, and I have good pieces of clothing in my own house. This feels almost like a really good vintage t-shirt that's been washed like 500 times. It is nice feeling. And that was one of the first things that I noticed, and I was like, wow, that has to be authentic, right? So we're gonna go through a couple things right here, and I want you guys to help me out as to whether you think this is something I should list or something I should just scrap. Okay, so we have a Gucci polo, embroidery Gucci right there, and then we have the bee kind of looking thing right here. There's a small micro kind of blemish stain, but I think I can get it out if I wash it. It should be pretty easy. Let's take a look at this tag right here. It says Gucci. Okay, so this is one of the first things that I think might help you guys out into deciding whether this is real or not. There's a Gucci tag right there. The lettering looks pretty good. It doesn't look all kind of weird. The stitching looks pretty decent. It doesn't look too bad. So there's a Gucci little thing right there towards the bottom of the shirt. Let's flip the shirt inside out kind of, and there's another tag in here. And this tag has me kind of skeptical, right? Because as I flip it, it says 100% cotton, which if this is 100% cotton, this is the softest thing I've ever felt in my entire life. It is so soft. But look at the tag. Like, what do you think? So I flipped the shirt inside out, and check out this tag right here. It says, hopefully it'll focus, so it says Gucci, 100% cotton, made in Italy. You know, the tag just looks kind of cheap. It has some like don't tumble dry, do not bleach. Okay, cool. But yeah, there's a tag in there that says Gucci, and I don't know if the reflection, there you go. Okay, so you can see that tag right there. Now let's take a look at maybe the stitching on the arms. This has got me questioning a couple things, but everything still looks pretty good. I just want to show you guys what the arms would look like. So here's kind of like a standard arm right there, right? Looks pretty good. I mean, the red's not bleeding into the green too much. Everything's a straight line, so that could be real, right? And then let's look at the collar, or maybe the embroidery first. So this one, the Gucci embroidery, there it is right there. So pretty interesting. What do you think? I mean, everything looks pretty sharp. There are no kind of threads that are like hovering to like the next thing. You know how with a lot of fakes, the threading, just in the threading and the embroidery, you can kind of tell that instead of like making a different kind of embroidery over here, like they just hop the thread over and it looks really like crazy. But this looks pretty good. Everything's pretty separated. Then we get to the buttons, right? There are 3 buttons. This is a polo, and the buttons are nice. They look interesting, and they do say Gucci on the buttons. Okay, so does that help you make a decision? Let me know down below. Let's get to the collar. The collar with the B and the standard kind of Gucci stripes right there. The stripes look nice. No weird cross threading or any kind of weird, you know, off stitches. The bee or the wasp or whatever this thing is looks pretty decent. But the most important thing I think that a lot of people are kind of 50-50 on Instagram is the tag inside. So here's the tag. And this is probably going to be make or to break it for most people that are watching this video, okay? So what do you think? Here is the tag, as you can see, all right? Gucci XL underneath. The Gucci looks to be stitched pretty good. The Gucci looks nice and sharp, right? And then it says made in Italy under that. But the Gucci itself, there's no like thread hopping or anything like that. And it's not wacky kind of looking. The XL looks a little cheap, I ain't gonna lie. Looks like just a normal kind of XL, all right? So we've looked at the collar, the inside tag, another tag inside from the bottom, a tag on the exterior right here, which says Gucci, the buttons, right, that say Gucci on it. And then we looked at an arm cuff or arm sleeve part that looked pretty good. And yeah, is this real or fake? Help a hustler out. Let me know down below. Are we flipping this thing? And if so, if we flip it, how much should we flip it for? 100, 200? Let me know. But if it's not real, then I certainly don't want to be putting this thing on eBay. But it is kind of fun to make a video about it, I guess, at that point. What do you think? Okay, 2 more finds, and I said that they're kind of like the same thing, the same genre. So one of them is not this one right here, but this bike right here was found yesterday, okay? This is a Trek 3500 aluminum mountain bike, 26-inch wheels, front shock absorber, great condition. This was listed for $20 on a Facebook Marketplace ad that I caught 50 minutes later while I was sitting at a coffee shop. $20, and when I talked to the person on messages, the person said, I just don't feel like putting the front wheel back on the bike and inserting a tube and putting the tire back on. It sounds like too much work for me. $20 for that thing. Resale on that bike in this town at this time, because it's springtime, coronavirus is kind of like, you know, everything's being open now and everyone's outside. I think it's about $300, possibly $350. So that's a pretty nice find. But I actually found another good bike as well. Let me show you that. And that bike is right here. This is an Electra Townie 700C wheel size, rigid frame, aluminum cruiser bike for women's. You can tell because it has a step-through frame. And this plane up here is really making me mad. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, plane. Get out of here. Yeah, this was a $45 find yesterday. The seat was broken. I Amazon Primed me a seat in one day for $16. So really, I'm about $61 into this bike. It should resell for about $300 to $350. Like, no lie. That's one of the best selling bikes in this town. I discussed that in Bikes to Bucks, which is another one of my guides. So anyways, nice finds from the weekend, right? From the past 5 days, whatever. And if you like this video, then put me a thumbs up down below. Write me a comment on whether that thing was fake or real. We got to figure that out. You have to help me out. And I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler video. Take it easy. Goodbye.